Osborne Industries, Norman Osborn's company, was infamous for dangerous scientific experiments. And there, a small experiment was underway, one that was about to change the world forever. A genetically altered spider. Accidentally, it escaped its container, and at that very moment, another story was about to begin. We meet Peter Parker, a 15-year-old bookworm who spends most of his time buried in books, science projects, and a little bit of daydreaming. At school, he's often the target of bullies, but his support system has always been Uncle Ben and Aunt May. To them, Peter wasn't just a nephew, he was their son. And yes, in Peter's heart, there was also a quiet corner for Mary Jane, the girl who seemed like an unreachable dream. Peter's best friend was Harry Osborn, Norman's son. One night, Harry visited the Parker house under the excuse of a biology study session. That night, Peter opened up about his late parents, revealing that his father once created a special formula, now nothing more than a forgotten memory. The very next day, the school went on a field trip to Osborne Industries. It was there that the experimental spider was waiting for its prey. And its prey turned out to be Peter Parker. One tiny bite, and in that single moment, everything began to change. Fever, exhaustion, strange new sensations overwhelmed him. But this was only the beginning. Norman Osborn quickly realized that the same spider had bitten Peter. He started monitoring the boy closely. Would his body survive or would it collapse under the transformation? For Norman, this was an opportunity, a chance to create a new kind of power. Unknowingly, Peter had already embarked on a new journey. A journey that would break every rule of his old life. The venom from the spider was reshaping him. Slowly, Peter discovered he now had new abilities, superhuman strength, speed, agility, and senses. The bullies at school could no longer touch him. But with power came something else, ego. One day, when Peter retaliated against a bully, the kid was injured so badly he had to be hospitalized. His parents forced Uncle Ben and Aunt May to pay a $2,500 medical bill. The incident filled Peter with even more anger and frustration. A dangerous thought entered his mind. If I have powers, why not use them for my own benefit? He signed up for underground wrestling matches. Wearing a mask, Peter stepped into the ring and crushed every opponent with ease. Slowly he built a new persona, Spider-Man. With a proper suit, fame and money started to follow him. Meanwhile, on the other side of this story, Norman Osborn grew restless. Using Peter's blood samples, he managed to replicate the formula. Dr. Otto Octavius assisted him in the experiments. Norman's reasoning was simple. If a boy could gain powers, why couldn't I? But Otto, driven by curiosity, slightly altered the formula. The result? A catastrophic explosion. The lab was completely destroyed. Norman Osborn disappeared. The world believed him dead, but the truth was far darker. Peter, meanwhile, was tangled in his double life, high school student by day, masked fighter by night. His powers had become his escape, his freedom. But he had yet to learn one thing. Every choice carries a price. And soon he would pay it. Peter Parker's life had split in two. By day a regular boy. By night Spider-Man. But balance wasn't easy. Victory after victory in the ring had filled him with arrogance. He thought no one could stop him anymore. Then came one night, the moment that would define his future. After a wrestling match, Peter was heading home when he saw a thief running away with stolen money. The police begged him to intervene, but Peter shrugged it off. Not my problem. That decision became his greatest mistake. Not long after, news struck. An armed robber had shot Uncle Ben. The very same thief Peter had ignored earlier. The truth shattered his heart. That moment, Peter finally understood. The gift of power wasn't about fun or fame. Uncle Ben's words would echo in his mind forever. With great power comes great responsibility. Meanwhile, Norman Osborn emerged from his failed experiment in a new, twisted form, the Green Goblin. No longer a businessman, but a deranged scientist with a single goal, to use his power to control the world. His first target? Spider-Man. Now Peter had a final choice to make. Would he continue down a selfish path, or embrace his powers as a protector? The true birth of Spider-Man wasn't in a suit or a mask, it came through sacrifice. Peter Parker's innocence was gone. What remained was a new identity, forged in loss and responsibility.